It's, it is very painful to talk about that thing. Yeah.
Even to this day, he struggles to from adapting anybody. You can family approach that conversation.
Like explaining, I can't explain my one brother. He's my backbone. So I lost everything. Like happiness, fear. What give me life, but take all my happiness in my family. It's completely broke down my family after that crash. Yeah. It's very difficult time for me and my family.
I don't. Be honest with you, on the day of that accident, the immediate response for all of us who knew the families was experiencing the shock. So, for me, as somebody who's an empath, the natural thing would be to think of their personal care. And I don't think here in the again, they haven't had that personal care. I think they're just being treated as just somebody in the system.
I'm absolutely appalled to find out what's been going on over the last 4 months, and having advised corporations like Air India, myself in the past in a previous life, you have one chance to do the right thing after disasters like this. And we are sitting next to the sole survivor of this major airline crash. And as far as I can make out, he is being treated like a number on a spreadsheet. I think we've heard a little bit from him that not only has his life been turned upside down, but the entire family's life has been turned upside down. And the CEO of Air India, I think, said after the crash, he promised full and unstinting support for victims. I've heard that not only for Vishwash, but other victims' families, that's not what we're seeing. And for any leader to understand how they can help, surely they need to meet with the victims and their representatives so that the victims can speak directly to the leaders about what's going on in their lives. And we've invited him, I think, 3 times now to do that. And he appears to just be hiding behind his lawyers. So I would appeal on behalf of Vishwash and the family and the wider community to come and meet us, and so that you can hear directly about what's going on. We all understand that things go wrong in life. These are machines, and things go wrong. And I think maybe many people could ultimately forgive. But what you can't forgive is when the people responsible for that crash don't step forward and do the right thing. That we can't forgive. So again, I would appeal directly to the Chief Executive Officer of Air India. Come and do the right thing. If not, then the public and paying passengers need to understand before they book with Air India that this company is not doing the right thing for certainly for Vishwash and for other victims as I've heard.
My family, would support her. Like my uncle, another someone. But my family would, like my mother, father, and my younger brother, totally broke down, like mentally. And me, also me, mentally, physically.
Many of them, through no fault of their own, find themselves in this traumatic situation without infrastructure, without understanding formal documents. Once you get past the initial shock of something that's so traumatic, their immediate needs for, as a duty of care. Think about it this way. If you, God forbid, were the cause of an accident, what would your natural response be? It would be to reach out and say, what can I do for you? In a personal way. Whereas these poor people are left to deal with it. And For the family, I've known, at the beginning, I've known them for a long time, but it was just an offer of support. I'm here if you need me. And in their own time, as these things started to evolve and they're being bombarded from every direction, it became, okay, so Vishwas is facing this and shutting him out from the noise. You can see how fragile he is at the moment. So protecting him. We didn't really want to have to come in the media. You can see we're kind of just put him in a bubble because that's what he needs. But I think people need to know there's a simple way of dealing with this. Just take a personal approach to it. Just be human. And to all of those people, I've been dealing with paperwork, simple things like probate. And Vishwas's family's universal credit has been cancelled for no fault of his own. His family went for the funeral for his brother. And yet the authorities here have put him, taken that away, and now he has to go through that whole process again. It's inhumane. You'd think in this current day and age, something as simple as putting a support structure around victims of trauma, something that affected so many people in this country. I think if anybody's listening from the authorities in the UK as well, not just Vishwas's family, but reach out to all of those families who have lost somebody and really get close to them to help them through this time. You tell us why and when, and let's meet as people. This is not about throwing things around, it's about understanding. And somewhere inside me, I believe, in any corporation, the message can get lost. Good intentions can get lost. So here's your chance to prove it.
So Vishwas has many problems. Clearly psychological, as we can all see. Medical. He's sitting here in a tremendous amount of pain. And financial. So the family, Vishwas and his brother, Ajay, who sadly perished, were running a fishing business in India. And because Ajay passed, that business has run into difficulties, and the family have no income. So this is a big problem for this family, and his needs are from the very simple to maybe help with shopping and getting food into the house. He can't leave his house at the moment. To getting his son, who's just started school, to getting him to school and back, all the way through to just basically paying the bills. And in between, this poor man is recovering from something that no human being on this planet has ever been through. He needs specialist medical support, and Air India must pay for that. And at the moment, that is just not happening. And every hour, every day that passes just compounds the situation. And yet Air India have the key to the lock. If only they would come and see him and collaborate with us and work with us to maybe take a little bit of the suffering away, not only for him and his family here, but also in India. So it's really, really important that they come and talk to us.
The trauma, you can only imagine, as I said, even the close family haven't been able to broach that conversation about that day. But all I'd say is, all of us are human beings, and deep down, you can imagine what kind of nightmares he goes through. The fact that he hardly sleeps. And that's not just for him, like I said, it's my father, his brothers. They're all suffering this together. And it's just terrible, it's shocking.
Oh, what can you say? I know. After plane crashing, my life totally changed. Before I said mentally, physically, I'm not talking about too much with my family. I stay in my room alone. I don't like to talk too much. I just sit in my bed and just thinking. Why my family giving support, but still not willing. Yes, I lost my brother, 35 years old. Why every day I'm just thinking,
You see what you can see is that he can't even see past today.